हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगत पथे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते. Namaskar and accept my sincere humble pranams. We are assembled here today, this evening, in the auspicious occasion of Sri Krishna Janmashtami Tithi, the holy day of the Hindu ritualistic goddess or god's birth Tithi Puja. We are assembled here the Sutapa Sen Biswas house for observing that holy occasion, and in this context I offer my sincere pranams to Taupati Sen, the mother, and Sutapa Sen Biswas family members, devotees and other members. We know that today the auspicious day is enlightened in the name of Sri Krishna. As we are aware that God, in Bengali it is called Bhagavan, but in English it is called God, where G stands for generator, O stands for operator, and D stands for destroyer. Krishna is the major god of Hindu pantheon and is considered the eighth incarnation of the Vishnu. He is perhaps the most popular of all the heroes of Hindu mythology. Krishna's adventures appear in Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, Harivamsa, and the sacred text is known as Puranas, where he is described as the supreme being and creator of this universe. The most ancient tales of the Krishna in sacred texts involves his adventures with the Pandava princess, stories accumulated over the centuries which describe this eventful power of the Sri Krishna. Actually, Sri Krishna is a symbol of love, prosperity, and power. Everybody, we are human being, are acumen with the knowledge of that love, prosperity, and power. In this context, we are also mentioned the latest and most perfect incarnation of the God, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, whom Swami Vivekananda, the great disciple of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, used to say that the latest and most perfect incarnation of God. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa himself introduced as, in this worldly appearance where Rama and Krishna is mingled together, now in this body it is transformed, it is reformed as Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. If we focus on the family and adventurers of this Lord Krishna, according to tradition of the Krishna, belong to Yadava family, a race, and the god's birth is described in the Mahabharata. One day Vishnu, the great Hindu god, pulled two hairs from his own head, one white and one black. The black hair was planted into the womb of Devaki and a princess of the city of Mathura, and so Krishna was born in Pandava family, his either father being Vasudeva. Unfortunately, the Krishna's mother's brother Kamsa had been warned by the Devaki's eighth child would kill him, and so Kamsa determined to murder the eighth child, a crime he had already carried out 7 times before Krishna was born. Fortunately, Vasudeva took the precaution of hiding Krishna in the remote village of Vrindavana, where the boy was brought up as a simple, in guy's form as referred to Govinda. There he spent an idyllic childhood and stirred with the hearts of many gopis or women with these dark, good looks, playful charm, and mastery of music and dance. So the story of Krishna contains a double orientation. Krishna is both a god, disguised as a mortal and prince, and disguised as a commoner. Accordingly, the myths contain many metaphors of disguise, such as a spark within a pile of ashes, a mighty sword, it has been scrapped, and these hymn at Krishna's dual role we can found. Swami Vivekananda used to follow the idealistic character of that Sri Krishna, the power, the prosperity, and the perseverance. Swami Vivekananda used to say the successful person or the successful personality, we can utilize the 3H formula, the heart, head, or hand. And if we imagine that day, that is the Janmashtami Tithi, Krishna's birthday, they were present, that means Vasudeva and Devaki was imprisoned in a cell. In concept, we can say it is a jail or it is a correctional home under the leadership of Sri Kangsha. But when the Sri Krishna born in this cell, before that, the Jogamaya was landed in this world. So the connection of Sri Krishna's birth and Jogamaya's birth is very much eventually significant in the spiritual world. Here question comes, what is spirituality? The 14th president of the Ramakrishna Morton mission one day used to ask other monks and monastic members that why you have refused your household life and joined in the order. Everybody said we have to go, we have to get God, we will be transformed, we will be changed in that manner. We will try to receive that absolute Param Brahma. On that context, Swami Gahananandaji Maharaj, the 14th President Maharaj of the Ramakrishna Morton mission, said, spirituality starts not by getting, but by giving. Spirituality starts not by getting, but by giving. The person who lives in the spirit actually is a spiritual person. In Hindu tradition, we don't believe on the body. We don't believe on the name and fame, a formation of the body. Rather, we believe the God is formless. It is omnipresent. Here, we can say that transcendental set, omnipresent, omnipotent. And that's why the Krishna characteristics, we need a Krishna consciousness. And on that day, when all the cell security staffs were in the sleeping mood, then Vasudeva used to take Sri Krishna to move him. And that night was tremendous, horrible night. The rain was dropping. The ocean is full of tide. And that in this tremendous situation, the Vasudeva, when moved with the Sri Krishna, the Sesnag, that means a long snake, protects that small child, unfolding his wings as scattered like an umbrella. That's why we can say the Vasudeva Shutang Devam Kangsha Chanura Mardanam. In the Pranam mantra, we can say that. Actually, this bears a significance that when human being gets in a terrific, tragic problem, the God is there to protect us, to help us. Only thing we need to surrender. Surrender to God. Service to God. Salutation to God. These all S's are related with the spirituality. So whenever there is a satsang, whenever there is a spiritual discussion, discourse in a holistic manner, we can say that there is a vibration of the God. And this vibration is very much helpful. Whenever this vibration actually accommodates, we, the devotee-minded people, when enter into that vibration, automatically induce. It is like a magnetic effect. Whenever there is a magnet and some ionic particle is there, magnet automatically brings attraction to that iron particle. So whenever there is a God, the God attracts the devotees. That is the actual relationship with the devotee and the God. There is a wonderful relationship with that. So we need that Krishna consciousness. Swami Vivekananda very much fond of this character, that spirit, that encouragement. And in the Gita also, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we have seen that empowering attitude of Sri Krishna towards Arjuna. So, in Gita, the first sentence or the first sloka started is Dharma Khetre Kurukhetre. And the last chapter, last line of that Gita is Nitir Momo. So the whole Gita holds, protects that dharma. In Hindu mythology, there are 4 stages: Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. That means we require money, we require religion, we require liberation, and we require the desire. But on the basis of that is the spirituality, on the religion. And what is religion? Swami Vivekananda used to say, religion is not a journey from Kolkata to Kedarnath, but of course it is a journey from brute man to Buddha man. That's why Swamiji said the religion is realization. He used to say 2 beautiful quotations we can used to hear, remember, that education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man, and religion is the manifestation of the divinity already in man. So everything is within us. We need not to go here and there. Our mind is the highest spiritual reservoir, so that we can control our mind. That mind mapping is very much important, because we know that mind is a good master but is a bad servant. We can't control our mind. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in every chapter, Lord Krishna used to teach us, guide us through Arjuna. Arjuna is a symbol for the Mahabharata in the Kurukshetra war, or in the form of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. That every time Sri Krishna used to focus, used to say that teachings, that focus your mind, concentrate on mind, and try to be a pinpointed attitude towards mind. And whenever Arjuna was in a position not to battle with his own people, then Sri Krishna used to say, Nimitto Matra Vava Sabbasachi. The another name of Arjuna is Sabbasachi, who is a dual-handed operative person. So that's why Sri Krishna focused Arjuna, that you have to fight, fight, fight. Swami Vivekananda used to say, face the brute, struggle, struggle, struggle. These all are the symbol of life. Everybody wants need. In English, there is a beautiful proverb that need can be satisfied, but greed cannot be. So we have to control our mind, we have to control our desire, we have to control our sexual life, we have to control our amenities through the basic backbone of that religion is called dharma. That religion is holding attitude, protecting attitude, to control attitude. And that attitude will come only when our knowledge, our enlightenment should be focused in our mind. Swami Ranganathanandaji Maharaj used to say, we need to grow up as an enlightened citizen, not only mere citizen, but the enlightened citizen. That life is not enjoyment, life is not earning money, life is not earning knowledge, but life is an engagement towards God. Life is a stage where we can earn money to serve people, to serve God. And life is a platform where we have to earn knowledge, the absolute knowledge. Everybody, we are associated with that knowledge absolute, existence absolute, and pleasure absolute. The 3 components of human being is that. That's why we can called man as a stands for morality, accountability, and nobility. Similarly, the woman stands for wisdom, opportunities, morality, accountability, and nobility. Everybody, we have a respect towards society, because every day we are getting so many things from the society, but we have a moral obligations, spiritual duty to return back to that society. That's why Sri Krishna symbolically guided Arjuna that you have to fight. fight against your own people, that means actually you have to fight with the false to truth. You have to establish the truth. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvavati bharata abhutthan adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever there was a religious decay, then only incarnation comes to the world. Religious decay means whenever human being forget that Almighty, whenever human being forget their objective. Sri Ramakrishna used to say the objective of our life is to achieve that God. Swami Vivekananda also said the objective of our life is not to acquire knowledge, is not to enjoyment, but to acquire knowledge through experiences. Life is a journey, it is experiences from one stage to another stage, and that experiences leads us to different states of mind, which is actually the transformation of the spirituality and the religion. On this auspicious occasion, we have to pray for that transformation of our inner mind. And that's why intuition is required, perseverance is required, presence is required, and obviously the purity. We can say that 3P and 3H, these are the mantras of today's life. What is that 3P? That purity, perseverance, and patience. And what is the 3H? That heart, head, and hand. God has given so many opportunities to manifest our life like a rose, like a gloomy picture, so that we can evaporate our beauties, our qualities throughout the society, throughout the family. And that's why the objective of our life is to acquire knowledge through different paths, different movements of these experiences. In this small disclosure, we are trying to focus on that why Sri Krishna is required for the power, for the love, and for the prosperity. Human being, every society, every family requires prosperity. And there are two types of prosperity. One is plenty, another is poverty. Consciousness is there. That's why Sri Ramakrishna used to say, আশীর্বাদ করি তোমাদের চৈতন্য হোক. You should become conscious, and conscious. So are we not conscious? Yes, we are obviously conscious. But we have a poverty consciousness. We are always seeking that we are seen. But no, we are the son of that immortal bliss. So we have to manifest our plenty consciousness. Through plenty consciousness, we will grow to that enlightenment. Religion actually gives that enlightenment. That's why holy men's company is very much required. In English it is called, a man is known by the company he leaves. On this day, today, whenever Sri Krishna is to born, then Kamsa, that Vasudeva has transformed that Sri Krishna to Jashoda's house. And whenever Kamsa used to came the cell to destroy his own sister, Devaki's son, he found that she was a lady. There was a swapping of Sri Krishna and Jogomaya. So Kamsa used to hold that Jogomaya, and then Jogomaya vanished, and a spiritual message came to Sri Kamsa, Tomare bodhibe je nonder aloe badi chese. The person who will kill you is actually growing up in other house. That is the whole story of Sri Krishna's birthplaces. After that, Sri Krishna has empowered with other leelas. There are so many associated playings of any incarnation. Today, we will not discuss much more, but we will try to concentrate, to focus our mind to that holy God of Sri Krishna for empowering us, the love towards humanity, the prosperity towards our well-being, own mind development, and power, the power of our own spiritual thoughts. Our mind is a spiritual reservoir. We have to manifest that mind. We all pray with our Sri Krishna that we require that consciousness on this auspicious occasion. I feel privileged and proud to be associated with this small discussion in the Norway, Europe, especially Sutapa Sen Biswas house, where small gatherings are there. And after the Aratrika, these discourse are actually taken place. We are repeating the name of Krishna, 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 and we will be imbibed through this life. It is a symbolic life to encourage us towards that divinity. Accept my sincere pranams, namaskars to all devotees. Thank you, thank you. May God bless every one of us, be situated in India or Europe. Whatever the distance is not geographically too far, but mentally we are one. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We all are one, one, one. And whenever we will be one, or we feel that we are one, when our geocentric attitude will be destroyed, our egocentric attitude will be destroyed, we will surrender our whole to our God. That is the Sri Krishna consciousness. Namaskar. Thank you. Have a nice day. Have a nice night. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.